Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today is not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about your future spouse. It was a suggestion of one of you guys, so thank you very much for that. As always, my dear, if you have any more suggestions, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, today it's all about why will you choose your future spouse? So why them as your long-term partner? What is it about them that, yeah, really makes you feel safe and wanting to be with them? As always, my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from. And this is pal 1 with the family card, this is pal 2 with the nourish your temple, and this is pal 3 with the intuition card. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate in the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And my dear, if you're interested or curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey Pawan, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, why will you choose your future spouse? Why will you fall in love with them? So let's start straight away, my dear, and let's see what the energies have to say. For my dear pile 1, why will you fall in love with your future spouse? Why will you choose them? Okay, so the first card we have is the High Priestess. Oh my goodness, too many cards. The Hermit card. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Moon card, too many. So let me see. The Temperance card, Page of Wands, and let's give you guys one last card. One last card, please. All right, and we have the Two of Wands here. At the back of the deck, we got the Emperor. Now, my dear pile 1, why will you choose your future spouse? Why will you fall in love with them? So, there are a couple of things we need to talk about here, all right? So, first of all, I feel like there is one important thing that you feel with your future spouse, and it's so important for you. Maybe because of your personality, or maybe because of past experiences, but with your future spouse, you don't feel trapped. Yes, you are in a relationship with them, but you don't feel like you're being overpowered, or your freedom is being taken away from you, or you have to compromise when it comes to your favorite things. No, you still have the freedom, and it just feels right. You know, sometimes people are very scared when it comes to, yeah, like getting committed and such things, right? Because they fear they may really sacrifice a big part of themselves. Of course, when we talk about relationships, it's always a compromise somewhere. But you should not compromise yourself or sacrifice yourself for someone else, right? And especially also when it comes to the things that are very, very dear to us, it would be very nice to also keep them alive, right? Although we may be in a relationship, and maybe for some of you guys, sometimes you thought, well, I hope that when I'm in a relationship or when I get married, that I still am my own person and I still have all the freedom to do what I love to do, right? And with your future spouse, this is absolutely guaranteed, and they would never ever be the kind of person who's trying to take something from you or control you, these kind of energies. This is not what I'm seeing here. And yeah, for some reason, maybe this is something very, very specific, but for someone out there, this for sure is a very, very important message. Not only that, I really feel like when it comes to your dynamic in the relationship, both of you guys give each other room and space. And that's also very important, especially for people who may need to spend some time for themselves because it really recharges them, because it's very nurturing to them, right? Even if we're talking about spouse, I mean, of course, you would want to spend time with them, right? But every now and then, let's say for a few hours, that you can go back to your own space and not be disturbed, and you feel like, okay, I can just be by myself and enjoying it. Maybe reading a book. Like, look at the illustration only of the High Priestess. Do you see her? She's like very comfy here, and she's sitting on those cushions and reading a book, and she's almost like in her own little world. And it feels very, very good just looking at it, right? And I really feel like it's something similar when we talk about you guys. Especially, I mean, for those of you guys who are maybe like you really, really need this. You need every now and then, maybe even on a daily basis, you need some time for yourself. And that's definitely something I'm seeing here. And it's in a very loving way. It's not like, well, I don't want you, or like, you're too much, I want to spend a little bit of time with myself. No, that's not what I'm talking about. It's more so like, I'm gonna go and take some time for myself, and later on we'll make dinner together. It's in a very natural way actually to also give each other a little bit of space. And it's actually very, very healthy to do so. So this is not a codependent kind of dynamic at all. And I also feel like this is why you will choose your future spouse, because they are not glued to you. Okay? So that, let me say it that way. Okay, so let me see. Another thing why you will choose your future spouse is they really help you, my dear, when it comes to, I feel like, staying within your balance. So maybe you have something that your future spouse lacks a little bit, and they have something that you lack a little bit. Now let me explain. For example, maybe some of you guys are a little bit more spiritual, and this person will help you to ground yourself more. Or another example could be, maybe one of you guys is more so introvert, the other is a little bit more extroverted, and both you can really balance it out, and also, in a very safe environment, help the other to come a little bit out of themselves, or help the other to see the value of also being by yourself. I just feel like both of you guys are bringing something to the table, and it's working very beautifully. Although there is this difference, it's actually important so this balance can be maintained, I'm hearing. And this is something you really appreciate about your future spouse, and it's actually something you really, really love. Now, another thing I'm seeing for you, my deep pal one, is for why you will choose your future spouse. Now, very, very simply said, I feel like your intuition is gonna be right on, and that your intuition is gonna, let you know that for you, this is who you would want to be. You know, your intuition is gonna really make you courageous, especially for those of you guys who maybe a little bit introverted or unsure even, I'm hearing. Interesting. So see which one of these two resonates for you, but I'm hearing that it will give you this reassurance, all right, your intuition, and it will guide you. It will guide you here. Because maybe for some of you guys, I talked about being unsure, right? Maybe because you just don't know. Like, yes, maybe your intuition is, or you yourself, you're feeling, oh my goodness, like this is someone that I want to be with. But at the same time, maybe you have a little bit of fear regarding what could the future hold, what may happen. And it's kind of like your intuition is helping you to be okay with the unknown. Your intuition is giving you the reassurance that it's okay when you don't know everything. Okay, just listen to what feels right and what you want. So there is some reassurance coming through here for sure. Let me see. Another reason why you will choose your future spouse is because you will have a lot of fun with them. I feel like you guys may do a lot of fun activities. They will kind of bring you out a little bit. Maybe you guys, sometimes you are just within your comfort zone, and it's kind of like your future spouse is going to dare you to come out of it. Of course, in a very safe way. And all of a sudden, you're going to see all the things that are outside of your comfort zone. And it's just such a new experience for you. And I already can feel the excitement coming through here for sure. And another thing, my dear, I really feel like with your future spouse, planning for the future is something very effortlessly. And once again, there is this element in here of putting the fear aside that you may associate with your future, and also just to be in the present moment. But at the same time, if you guys choose to plan the future together, I feel like it's gonna feel very right. It's not heavy energy, but it's very light-hearted energy. Maybe because both of you guys kind of want the same out of your future, out of this relationship as well, and therefore it's also going to be very easy for you to say yes to them. Besides that, what I can also say is I really feel like you and your future spouse, you work very great as a team. Of course, a relationship is a lot of management, right? And it's actually also a lot of work, to create a successful relationship. It definitely takes both people to put a lot of effort, time, and energy into it. And what I'm seeing here is that both of you guys are gonna be willing to do so. All right. Now let me see. I would also like to get you guys some oracle cards. Let's see, my dear, why will you choose your future spouse? Ooh. A few cards fell. Too many. For my dear pile 1, why will you choose your future spouse? So the first card we have is meditate. All right. I'm going to get you, I think, 3 cards. We got music. And the last card is the positive affirmations card. All right, so you know what's very interesting to me? Look at this. The meditate card is in the right beside the high priestess, which really matches the energy here. Also, the music card is right next to the 3 of Pentacles, which we can also see. They are all also playing drums, and this woman right there as well. So that's very interesting. Now, let's continue. Why will you choose your future spouse? So first of all, my dear, let me start with the meditate card. So that's actually such a wonderful card to get, because it shows that your future spouse has a very beautiful effect on you, a very beautiful influence out of you. For example, you know, sometimes people maybe have a partner who just makes them boil, right? Like partners who are just out there for drama, just very annoying, just insecure, maybe perhaps even, and it always just seems like a fighting mode. Now, this energy feels very, very different. It's kind of like, and this is what I meant, it's kind of like your future spouse, like you guys can really maintain this balance. And with meditate being here, this shows beautifully what a positive impact your future spouse has on you. And I really feel like, just generally speaking, you and your future spouse are gonna definitely enjoy doing a lot of like calm things with each other. Like sometimes people think they need to always be active and productive, doing. But well, we also need the other side, right? We also need the calmness, relaxing, just being instead of always doing. And I really feel like with your future spouse you can do so, and this is why you also choose to choose them, right? Also, with the music archetype or the music card being here, my dear, this is this excitement that I almost received here. I feel like you and your future spouse, like look at these two, like these are almost like paradox, like opposites, right? Here we have the meditate card, which it seems like it's very silent around her. It's calm, collected. She's just in her own space, right? And then we have the music archetype, which is like loud and very heavy. It's active, right? And you see, you can do both. You can come back to yourself, but at the same time you also can just to go out and have fun. And I really feel like maybe this is what I talked about when it comes to you guys matching. Maybe one of you guys is more so this energy and the other is more so that energy, and you can just bring it together and make it work out beautifully. All right? And yeah, besides that, with the positive affirmations being here, I really feel like this is your future spouse always praising you or telling you when you do the things good and supporting you. But this is more so like vocal. And I really feel like this has a very soothing and nurturing effect on you. This is something you for sure need, and why not? I mean, who wouldn't want such thing? It's beautiful to have a person in your life who supports you and talks such positive affirmations into you, right? Yeah, that's also something I'm seeing here. So, my dear pile 1, this is actually all I'm receiving for today. So please, my dear, feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And my dear, thank you so much once again for allowing me to read for you and allowing me to connect with your beautiful energy. Also, my dear, if you're interested or curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me, my dear. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear Pile 1, I am sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course, a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear Pal 2. Pal 1. Pal 1. My dear Pal 1. Take care, my love. Hey, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, why will you choose your future spouse? So, my dear, let's start straight away. Let's see, for my dear Pile 2, what can we get? Let's see what the energies have to say. Why will you choose your future spouse? Oops. The 10 of Cups already coming through. Why will you choose your future spouse? Let's see, for my dear Pal 2. Okay, so we have a lot of cards coming through here. I'm just going to take this one. So the first card we have is the Page of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles. For my dear Pile 2, let me see, a card fell. Another king, the King of Wands. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, the Moon card. Oops. All right. For my dear Pile 2, why will you choose your future spouse? Let's see. Three of Cups. Now, let's give you guys one last card. Why will you choose your future spouse? Four of Pentacles. All right, and at the back of the deck, my dear, we have the Judgment card. Let me make sure. All right. Okay. So, my dear Pile 2, there is a lot we need to talk about here. So first of all, I would like to start with that. I really feel like your future spouse is someone who's very family oriented. They're a family person, and I feel like this is going to be a very big reason why you're going to choose them, because this may be something that's very important for you, maybe because you already have children, or maybe you would want to have children in the future. But just generally speaking, they're a very family-oriented person for sure. And yeah, I really feel like that's going to be something that you're going to see and like. Also, the way this person interacts with children, but not only children, with like any age really. Also, you know, the way they interact with, let's say, with elders, I'm sorry. You're also going to see that it's in such a mindful and respectful way. It's really going to impress you for sure. And just generally speaking, I really feel like this is someone who has a lot of respect for others. Now, speaking of respect, it can also be the case that this is someone who gets respect back, maybe through their job or what they do. With the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles being here right next to each other, it could be the case that this person, like, they are definitely very work-minded as well, you know. Their work is a huge part of their life, and just generally speaking, I feel like this is a very hardworking person as well, and they were able to create something for themselves, job wise, also financially wise. I feel like this is also someone who's pretty grounded, and also they're giving me humbled energy. I don't feel like this is someone who thinks they're better than others. No, they are not coming through this way. They know who they are, and that's enough to them, you know? Like, validation is not something they seek. When they succeed, they do it because they want to and because it's maybe a goal of them, but not because they need to get some kind of praises from others. All right, that's not what I'm seeing here. They're definitely already very strong in their character, and yeah, this is definitely someone who's not afraid to walk alone, you know, not someone who goes with the crowd. They do what's right to them, even if other people may not understand it. And what I find very, very interesting here as well is, speaking of, you know, what they have created for themselves, I don't think many people understand how much effort it has taken them to create what they have. In fact, you know, people see how far they've come, but they will never be able to understand how much this person has sacrificed in the process to create what they have. And I really feel like when this person opens up to you and talks about the very, yeah, difficult road and process that they have went through, it's gonna be something that's gonna make you very, very proud, and at the same time respect this person even more, because this is not the kind of individual who shares their battles with others. So I don't feel like everyone knows about all the things they have created, like they had to sacrifice in order to become who they are. But of course, you as their partner, you definitely are gonna get a glimpse of their future, right, and their personal life, and what it took to become who they are now. And I feel like you're going to be very impressed by that, and you're going to see how hardworking they genuinely are. Even, like, I feel like this person has done things that other people just couldn't do because they aren't as maybe determined or as motivated as they are. And yeah, that really has helped them to be different. Now, it's not only work which is coming through here for your person. And once again, these work ethics and how much this person has created, I feel like is also a big reason why you're going to choose them. And you're going to see that, wow, this is a maker. This is someone who is such a beautiful inspiration. And I feel like they're also going to be an inspiration for you. Now, moving on, another thing, my dear pal, too, that I'm feeling here is that this is like also something with like what I talked about in the beginning, you know, how this person interacts with others. I've talked about children, about elders, but just generally speaking, I feel like this is the kind of person, like when you are in their company, it's a very, very beautiful thing. They're very positive, and they always want that everyone has a good time, you know. This is the kind of hosts, like if they, let's say, have a party, then they will make sure that everyone is having a great time, and they will make sure that they can have a chit chat at least with like everyone. And yeah, it's just someone who really loves to be surrounded, someone who likes to be with their loved ones, with their friends, having a good time. I feel like this person really loves to celebrate as well. Yeah, because it recharges them. It really recharges them when they are surrounded by people they care about, and when they can interact with them. It fills their heart with joy, and it brings them so much satisfaction, actually. Now, this person, for sure, they could have some kind of maybe business or a great position, because I just feel like, even like if we look into their personality, this is who they are. They are a go-getter. They always want to upgrade themselves, go to the next level. And this also shows itself in the way they go about their career, but also personally speaking, they don't like when they, let's just say, um, like when they feel like everything is stuck. I really feel like they need to always be moving and going forward, going forward. This is just genuinely something they need. This is something that makes them feel good and just like, yeah, their life is heading somewhere. You know, they really need this reassurance. And also, this is someone who's looking for security in all things. Now, when this person starts a project in their personal life, let's just say, as an example, they would like to get a house, they would like to buy a house, they really need to make sure that the house they're investing in is something for the future. It is secure, and yeah, it is something that they can count on. You know, it's not something that in a few years they may lose, or you know, whatever. It has to be something that they know will be for the long term. And it's not only this personal life, it's really all about different areas in their life. You know, even if they start a new career, they really want it to be long term. And also relationship wise, I really feel like this is the kind of person who's looking for a long term relationship, because they like to invest. This is an investor, and when they go into a relationship, they want it to be well invested. So they don't want to put all their energy and maybe yeah, love into someone who may leave them the next day. I mean, of course, you never know what the future brings, right? But they're also, let me put it that way, they're at least looking for someone who has the same vision, who may also want a long-term partnership, okay? And not something casual. I feel like in the partnership, this person gives you a lot of security, not only necessarily financially, but generally speaking, through their affection, through their care. They really love when their loved ones are taken care of. I feel like this person loves to show affection, and it's very, very important to them that, you know, in a partnership, everyone shows the other how much they care, right? And I feel like this is also going to be something that you really appreciate about them, and why you want to choose them, you know, as your potential partner. Now, love language for sure could be gift giving, also like touching, I see here. Um, let me see. I feel like this person, they will tell you they love you through a lot of like different ways. Not necessarily only through words, but really through the way they treat you, all right? That's very, very big, because for them it's not only about empty words, it's really about actions that follow them, right? And this is who they are. They're a very action oriented person for sure. Once again, very, very grounded. I feel like for some of you, maybe this is something you also very appreciate about them. But their energy overall is very great. Now, that's very interesting. Another thing, I feel like this person could have, for some time in the past, um, been the exact opposite a little bit from where what they are today. As for, you know, now this person gives themselves the freedom to express themselves and do what feels right to them, to be creative, to go with their intuition and really put their energy into what's passionate. Maybe in the past this person felt a little bit trapped, and they weren't in a place where they were able to do so, you know. And this could either have something to do with, let's say, maybe parents having certain expectations of them, so they couldn't really do what they wanted to do, but it was more so about meeting their parents' like wishes. Or maybe if it's not that, then still, generally speaking, I feel like they weren't as free as they are right now, and it definitely made them very, very unhappy, because this person always knew that what's meant for them is living their passion, and they have found a way to do so. So yeah, maybe they will tell you actually how it was when they were at a very dark place and absolutely not satisfied. And I feel like this is going to show you as well how far they have actually come. Okay? That's another thing right here. Also, I feel like this person may open up slowly when it comes to their like personal life. They are definitely someone who's very open-minded and very welcoming, but still they may not be inviting everyone into their life immediately. So they may take their time, but I feel like it's okay for you because you're gonna understand why, right? Especially like we need to first have trust for the other, right, before we open up, and that's the same thing here. So yeah, just so you know. Now, I would like my dear pile 2 to also get you some oracle cards. Now, let's see. For my dear pile 2, why will you choose your future spouse? Oops. Let me see. For my dear pile 2, why will you choose them? Ooh, all right. So the first card that came through is pleasure. I'm gonna get you guys 3 cards. We have this very nice card which says, look for fairies. Okay, let me see. 1 card fell. All right, and we have the dance archetype. Now let's start straight away. So first of all, with the dance energy being here, I really feel like, and that's interesting, it's right next to the 3 of Cups, in which these women are also looking like they're dancing. So that's very interesting. I really feel like this is someone that you for sure can have a lot of fun with, and they, like, you guys are gonna experience a lot of fun things, you know. Maybe you guys even are gonna have a lot of similar interests. So therefore, you know, you may go to events that both of you guys really enjoy, or yeah, for example, maybe some of you guys like to travel and they like to travel as well. So you have this common ground when it comes to your interests, I feel like. Very, very similar things. Could even be, for example, when it comes to movies or like certain topics, like books or such things. I feel like you guys like the same things and you can really enjoy it together. But of course, with dance being here, maybe some of you guys are also gonna really come out of yourself, and you may start doing things that you haven't done in quite a while, or like maybe even never, such as like going to a dance course with each other, you know, or generally speaking, just the dance energy for me is really an example here. It's all about the energy, you know, it's all about being active and enjoying yourself. And I really see you guys doing this. Now, with pleasure being here, that's very straightforward. I feel like when we talk about your intimacy, you guys definitely also are going to have great chemistry. And I feel like it's almost like this sexual tension that you guys may experience with each other. And yeah, you definitely gonna gonna enjoy it, you know. I really feel like that intimacy is great. Both of you guys are gonna have a lot of satisfaction from it. And also this beautiful intimate connection, you know. And it's another reason why you really feel like also comfortable around them, you know. You really feel like you're just gonna, like, you can just let loose. And yeah, also another reason why you're gonna choose them for sure. Now, with the card, look for fairies. Now, that's a very fantasy and um, ethereal, mystical energy right there, right? I really feel like this is almost like the inner child coming through, because as an adult, we may have like our imagination, you know, it's not as expanded as it maybe was when we were a child. And children are so carefree, you know. For them, everything is possible and everything could be there. So it's almost like children being in the forest and looking for fairies, right? It has this very gentle and innocent energy to it. And I really feel like when we talk about the connection, you and your future spouse, another reason why you're gonna choose them is because, like, in front of them you can be your authentic self. You can be you. You can express yourself in any way you want to, and you don't have to be scared of them judging you. Maybe you are also interested in some things which are very unconventional, or some people tend to judge for some reason. Maybe you like to look for fairies. Hey, why not, right? And like, they're not gonna judge you for this, okay? They're not gonna think anything out of it. I really feel like, once again, they're gonna be very accepting, and not only that, they would want to understand you more. So if you have certain interests that others may not understand with your future spouse, you can be pretty transparent with it, and that's definitely another reason why you're gonna choose them for sure. So, my dear pile 2, this is all I have for you for today. So, my dear, please feel free as always to let me know how you feel about this reading. And if you haven't, I also invite you to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, my dear, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get a notification when I upload an pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you're curious or interested in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear Pal 3, I'm not Pal 3, Pal 2. Maybe some of you guys have also been drawn to Pal 3. If so, then feel free to watch it. But my dear Pal 2, I am sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear Pal 2, take care, my love. Hey Pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, why will you choose your future spouse? Now, my dear, I would like to start straight away. Let's see, from my dear Pal 3, why are you gonna choose your future spouse as your partner, as your long-term partner? Let's see. All right. The first card we have is the Six of Swords. For my dear Pal 3, we have the Page of Cups, and let me see, I think a card fell. We also have the Magician. The Seven of Swords here. For my dear Pile 3, the Justice card. Why are you going to choose your future spouse? Let me see. All right, we also have the Six of Cups here and the Four of Wands, the marriage card right there. All right, let's give you one last card. Too many cards. Ooh. A lot of cards fell. Oh, only one, please. Why are you gonna... Okay, and we have the Star card. At the back of the deck, we have the Fool. All right. So, my dear pile 3, why are you going to choose your future spouse? Now, I would like to start with the Fool card because it's the overall energy right there. So, with the Fool card being here and it's being the number 0 and the first card in the tarot, I really feel like with this person, you are gonna get this fresh new beginning in your love life that you have been seeking for such a long time. And it's gonna feel very effortless. Yes, you are gonna have to take a risk, of course, with getting involved with them, but it's gonna feel right. And especially for those of you guys who may have had also previous relationships, I really feel like when you are with them, you're not gonna think about the previous ones anymore because they don't matter. It's almost like you're okay to close this chapter of your life, like finally, and just concentrate on what's now and not what was. Because sometimes people, you know, there are certain maybe like experiences that they had with their ex-partners that just can't let them go, and they may also take it with them into a new relationship. But I really feel like with this person, you're coming through here. And also when we look at the Fool card at the Rider-Waite illustration, the Fool actually travels very, very lightly, and I feel like you're gonna do the same. You're gonna throw away all these burdens that just don't resonate with you anymore or are not there to support you. It actually holds you back from having a great relationship, and you're gonna focus on this new one, you know? So this person is gonna really help you with just leaving what doesn't serve you anymore and looking into the opportunity of a beautiful, bright new future with each other. Not only that, with the Star card, there's something about this person who, or which, I'm sorry, which is like a wish fulfillment. So I feel like maybe a lot of you guys have actually been wishing or hoping for this person to come into your life, maybe even praying or trying to manifest. And this is so interesting to me because I can see here your manifestation actually coming through, you know, succeeding. So I really feel like when this person comes through, it's almost like you're gonna notice, yeah, finally they have arrived. Finally, this person that I've been waiting for has come into my life, you know. And not only that, my dear, it's, you know, it's not only about having a partner, but it's also about what kind of partner, right? Because you may always find someone who wants to be in a relationship with you, but it's about having someone in your life who actually matches you, right? And that's actually what this is all about. It's someone who matches your energy and also is definitely looking for getting married. And that's actually a big thing here. I feel like you, both of you, actually what you want is the same, and that's also a big reason why you chose them. Not only that though, there is something about this energy here which is very innocent, very, very dreamy. And I really feel like when we talk about your and your future spouse's connection, it's a very dreamy connection as well. Like, you know, sometimes we may meet people who are very like stern and just too tight. But with this energy here, I'm seeing it's kind of like with your future spouse, you can just dream, you know. And both of you guys, like, it has this very gentle energy to it. I see you guys, for example, sometimes maybe sitting on the couch and talking for hours and talking about your dreams, about your wishes, about your hopes. And, there's some people who may say, well, that's a waste of time. But that's absolutely not the case, especially for you guys, because it feels like you can go back into your own bubble, and you can just, like a child who fantasizes about all the things that could be. It's kind of like you go back to the space and you feel so safe, you feel like a dreamer. And it's like such a beautiful energy right there, because the kind of world we're living in, unfortunately, sometimes doesn't allow us to dream, right? And some people may even think that it's very embarrassing or something shaming to do so. But that's actually, like, with you guys, you see eye to eye and you want to give each other the space in which you can freely express yourself. Also, another thing I'm seeing here for you, my dear pile 3, is that your future spouse is someone who's very fair and they have the sense of justice, and I really feel like it's something that you're gonna appreciate much. So maybe you yourself are someone who's a very fair person, and when you see some, like, injustice, it really rubs you the wrong way and you feel like you need to immediately, okay, act. Your future spouse is very similar. When they see someone being treated unfairly, they really feel like they need to do something. And I feel like this is a quality or a personality trait that you're really going to appreciate about them. But not only, let's say, towards strangers, like generally speaking, also in a partnership, this is for sure someone who's very fair, and they wouldn't want to, or they wouldn't expect something out of you which doesn't go the, like, other way around. Like, if you go for something, then it always has to come, like, both ways, right? It's not like, for example, they're allowed to do something and you're not allowed to do the same thing. No, both people have to have the same rights in the relationship, right? And the same freedom. It's always about fairness, and that's definitely something that is very, very, yeah, important for this person. Now, I'm not getting too much when it comes to what this person does for their career, but I really see that whatever it is, the energies are not giving me much information regarding it. Whatever it is, it's gonna be something that you like or you really enjoy listening to, like when they maybe sometimes talk about their work. You really like to listen. Maybe it's less to do with their work, but just generally speaking, you always like to listen to this person. Maybe that's the thing. But I really love how both of you guys are just so balanced in the way that, whenever someone gives something, the other makes sure that they also give. It's like very equal giving and taking. None of you guys feels like they're giving more than the other. It's very beautifully balanced out here for sure. And once again, I don't know why this is coming through, but I'm hearing that it's gonna, like, fill you with so much joy when this person helps others. So maybe they, for their, like, career, they have to somehow help others with their life, or maybe that's something they like to do in their personal life, helping others. Maybe people tend to seek out their help and guidance, and it's something you really love about them here. And a big reason why you want to choose them, because you see they have such a wonderful and kind heart. Also, this is someone who's very, very protective, I feel like, and especially talking about their loved ones here. With the Seven of Swords, it's almost like they're trying to make sure that they keep those sneaky energies out of their loved ones' lives. And I feel like they definitely don't take this lightly. It's very, very important to them. Maybe they've experienced some kind of situation in which one of their loved ones got in a very bad situation because of someone who had bad intentions towards them. So therefore they have this very protective nature, and they always want to keep the Seven of Swords energy out of their loved one's life. Just generally speaking, I feel like this person, they are good with seeing through the illusion. You know, this is such a active, like personal, like social person, and I feel like they could have come through a variety of different people and personalities, and it's kind of like they understand when someone is genuine and when someone is pretending, because they have the knowledge, they have the experience. And yeah, unfortunately they have come across fake people for sure, so they don't take it lightly. And yeah, they make sure that they protect not only their own energy but their loved one's energy as well. Especially you, right? Because you're going to be their partner. You know, in the beginning, I talked about the fact that this person's really going to help you with closing this chapter of your life, in which you're going to release what doesn't serve you anymore and concentrate your energy into things that are going to help you, towards becoming a greater version of yourself. And I really feel like, generally speaking, like, this is who they are. Another thing you're really gonna love about them, or why you're gonna choose them, is because when things get difficult in life, you can always count on them. And they will always try to help you. They're not the kind of person who will get like distant when things get difficult for you, because they don't want to deal with your difficulties or your burdens. No, for them, like, if you go into a marriage, then you have to share it all, right? And even when we talk about the hardships, when we talk about the difficult things, a partnership means together as a team. And this is how they think. And I really feel like, generally speaking, they are someone who's a great supporter when it comes to overcoming obstacles. As I said, they definitely have some skills and experiences in life, and their mind is like solution oriented. Maybe this is why people tend to seek guidance from them, or maybe because of their job, they have to somehow provide guidance. But I just feel like they are someone who, yeah, they know how to overcome stuff, and it's something you're really gonna appreciate about them for sure, because they know their skills, they are good in what they do, and a lot of people appreciate that. Now, I would like to get you, my dear pal, some more oracle cards to get, a little bit more information about who this person is. Let's see, why will you choose them? Why will you choose your future spouse as your long-term partner? Let's see, why will you choose them? Okay, let me see, a card fell. Okay, the first card we have is this beautiful illustration which says, soak in a bath. Okay, too many cards. We have energy work. Beautiful illustration, right? Oops. I think a card fell. Yes, and we have alone time. All right, so my dear pal 3, let's get some more information and let's see why you're gonna choose your future spouse. Now, first of all, with soak in a bath, this is actually giving me a very interesting message, and I really feel like it goes hand in hand with what I just said. I talked about the fact that this is someone who you can count on when things become maybe a little bit difficult, and you can see the soak in a bath card is showing someone being in a very relaxed state, right? And I really feel like that's actually like a symbol for how much this person cares about their loved ones being in a good place. So once again, let's just say there's some kind of problem you have to deal with. You talk about it with your future spouse, and then they're really gonna do whatever it takes so they can bring you back into this kind of energy, so the stress, so this anxiety won't bring you out of your well-being or won't make you feel too bad. So for them, it is very, very important that their loved ones are at a good place. Like I've said this and it's coming through over and over again. Maybe even this person at times would rather feel bad than their loved ones. Okay, so some kind of, well, I was about to say self-sacrificing tendencies, but it sounds a little bit over dramatic. It's more so about the fact that, they would rather have the burden on their shoulders than their loved one. And if their loved one has some kind of burden, then they're gonna do a lot of work. So it may be on their shoulder than their loved one's shoulder, like, I mean, that's not good either. Of course, it's not about them having all the pressure, so you won't have any pressure. It's of course about going through together, but once again, this person just cares so much about people they love. So therefore, yeah, they would rather see you soak in a bath than to deal with maybe some burden that you have. That would be rather something they would like to deal with, So maybe this is something you're going to have to talk with them about, that you really appreciate how important it is for them, but you want to also be a part of this. You also want to, take care of whatever problem this may be, because you don't want them to have all the pressure, just as the same way as they wouldn't want you to have all the pressure, right? So maybe this is something you need to, like, tell them. Another thing, my dear, I feel like with alone time being here, I feel like you and your future spouse, you actually gonna enjoy a lot just being by yourselves. Of course, you're also gonna enjoy being surrounded by other people, but I really feel like you're gonna have your own safe space. It could be your home and just your own haven, kind of, and you're just gonna love to be surrounded by yourself, to do everything together, and you're really gonna appreciate it. When you are together, you don't feel like you're missing something, because the other person makes you just feel so good and just so seen and comfortable. Okay, let me see. Yeah, not only that, I feel like also, maybe this is very random, but this is a message I'm also receiving here. If you guys ever find yourselves in a situation in which maybe you have an argument or a fight, I feel like you're gonna try to navigate it in a very mindful way, so you guys, can clearly communicate and get all the misunderstandings out, So it's not like, let's say you guys are having an argument, one of you guys is just gonna run away. So yeah, you don't have to deal with it. No, in fact, it's the complete opposite. You're gonna reach out to each other because you want to make sure that it's out of the world as soon as possible. And once again, very, very mindful way. You guys are very aware of yourself, of the other, of your energies, and therefore you're not gonna just bring certain things into your relationship so you can mess it up. No, I really feel like you're gonna go about it in a very healthy way. And once again, communication is very, very important, right? And that's another reason why you're gonna choose your future spouse, because with them, communication is so effortless, and you can always count on the honesty. Like, your future spouse is gonna be always honest with you, and I feel like that's something you also very, very value. Yeah, that's all I'm getting. So, my dear pal 3, this is all I have for you for today. So, my dear, please feel free, as always, to let me know how you feel about this reading. If there's something you want to share, please feel free to do so in the comment section below. Also, my dear, as always, I invite you to like and subscribe if you haven't. If you subscribe, my dear, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, as always, if you're interested or curious when a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pal 3, I'm sending you much love and much, much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 3, take care, my love.